This is why Biden's job approval, by the way, we are at a new low. RCP average is 39.4%. Dude, let me rattle off some of these for you. The Harvard Harris, taken 5/18/5/19, has him at 41. Emerson, from May 24th to the 25th, 38. Politico, their piece, their survey, that was from June 4th to 5th. That was the survey period. That had him at 39. The Economist had him at 43. Reuters, and this is all for the first week of June, had him at 41. Rasmussen, from June 7th to the 9th, which was yesterday, 39. The NBC poll, 39. Quinnipiac, 35, for an average of 39.4. Oh, my word. Have we seen it ever that low before? I got to ask. Whew. Dow dropped 750 points. Red hot inflation has blown past expectations and has dragged Wall Street down. Consumer prices jumped. Now it's almost 9% in May, a 41-year high. Inflation hasn't even peaked yet. We haven't even peaked for inflation yet. It's going to get worse. Fed has started to raise interest rates to try to manage the soaring inflation. But that's going to be bad. That's going to obliterate growth, because the faster that you raise the rates, that's going to just kill growth. Man, I mean, Biden could not spend also, but that's apparently not an issue. 41-year high of 8.6. Groceries have jumped 12%. Gas has soared by 50%. Rising prices are causing misery for consumers. And consumers are spending and racking up debt like you wouldn't believe. There's a very interesting poll. It was from an investor who works, CEO of Grit Capital, an investor and an economist, Genevieve Loesch, who said, I can't even say what she called this. It was looking at the Federal Reserve consumer credit outstanding. She says this is not oil, a meme stock, or even blank coin. It's U.S. credit card debt. Wow. Savings are dropping. 4.4% savings rate, lowest level since 2008. Americans are borrowing more. There's an 8% increase in credit over the past year, the largest since 2011. I mean, and apparently one of the things that they were looking at, because it looked like credit card debt dropped during the peak of lockdown, and people were saying, well, or the peak of the pandemic, it was still during lockdown. The theory is that people were using their stimmy checks to pay down their credit card balances. I mean, this and when I was looking at these numbers, they don't even take into account the inflation aspect. This is crazy. American consumers spending and racking up debt because their money doesn't go as far as it used to. Steve says it's cheaper to get pickup takeout than quality grocery items. That's true. That is absolutely true. And apparently last month we thought it was a record surge in credit card usage. Now it's still going. We're still, everybody at base. So basically everyone woke up this morning and watched all their expectations shattered into 1,000 pieces. That's what happened.
And Biden, I mean, listen to this. He said this a week ago.
Since I took office, families are carrying less debt. Their average savings are up. A recent survey from the Federal Reserve.
No, it's not.
Americans feel financially
okay, that's not even what I am literally reading you from the Federal Reserve's data. Dude, like that's literally from the Federal Reserve. Oh my gosh. So the increase, have you seen the increase in all this? In groceries, this is the biggest price increase in groceries net since 1979. chicken. I guess there might be other factors into this. It's almost 18% increase. Can you believe that? Restaurants, 10%. Fuel and oil, over 107%. Electricity, 12%. Rent is now at 5.5. Airfare, 40%. And then generally services are 6%. And yeah, it is crazy. Crazy. And I hate to say it, but we haven't even peaked yet. And all they do is say, well, it's Putin. This started the moment he began making these bad economic moves. The moment he began restricting domestic drilling. The moment he began rolling back some of the taxation relief. Jeez. Now look, because the RCP average too of the number of Americans who say the country's on the wrong track, it's over 71%, almost 72 in the RCP average. That's the highest in over 10 years. I mean, my friend Carol Roth, who is on the show a lot, and I like her. She's a investment, economics analyst, all this. She says, we're 100% in the position we are now because too many people believed you could suck the rainbow farts out of unicorns' backsides. She didn't say that. Instead of reality. If you thought you could turn on and off the economy like you were power cycling a modem without massive issues, get a reality check or blank the blank forever. She says, if you thought the Fed could just add almost $9 trillion to its balance sheet and the government could spend trillions and it wouldn't have inflationary consequences, get a reality check or blank the blank up forever. She says, if you think you can just stop producing traditional sources of energy without impacting costs, food supply, available power, and general human well-being, get a reality check or blank the blank up forever, she says. If you think you can reduce policing and penalties and not get more serious crime, get a reality check or blank the blank up forever. Stop indulging, she says, these delusional lunatics. We live in reality and we have to deal with the real consequences of their fantasies. It's true. Very true. Absolutely true. I mean, everything that he did from the restriction of domestic production, out of control spending. I mean, yes, everyone's like, well, we were coming out of a pandemic. You know what? We were actually in a stronger position under Trump coming out of the pandemic immediately after the flippin' lockdown than we are now with Biden. Unemployment hasn't gotten better. And it's not because, there weren't any jobs. To the opposite. Biden wanted to continue paying people to stay home. There's just no excuse.